G'day gang, Gamolio down here. How you going? We're back in the Elder Scrolls Online and the Dragon Hold. I thought we were done, but Sai Sahar would like to have a chat.
My friend, you're just in time. I'd rather not face my old companion without someone I trust nearby.
Old companion?
Abner Tharn. According to his letter, you and he worked together. He thinks very highly of you. I'd ask how you accomplished such a feat, but there isn't time. The old snake says we have important business to discuss, and he's bringing a friend.
Important business? And what friend?
He didn't elaborate on either topic. Just mentioned a threat to Southern Elsewhere. Between Tharn's cryptic letter and Nathalar's strange mood, I'm feeling out of sorts. Talk to Nathalar. Find out what troubles him while I prepare for Tharn.
I'll talk to Nathalar.
I appreciate you dealing with Nathalar. The dragon senses my unease over Tharn's letter, which only makes his own anxiety more pronounced. Meanwhile, I need to keep myself from thrashing the old battle mage the moment I see him.
I'm sensing that you and Abner Tharn don't get along.
Abner Tharn is conceited, opinionated, condescending, and a pain in my arse. And those are his good qualities. All that said, I have the utmost respect for the battle mage. When danger appears, we could do worse than to have Abner on our side.
Remind me, how do you know Abner Tharn?
We served together as part of the Five Companions, helping Emperor Aquilarius recover the Amulet of Kings. I have conflicted feelings about those days. We've been exchanging letters recently. I've informed him about Nathalar and the Dragon Guard.
And you have no idea what Abner Tharn wants to meet about?
His letter indicated a threat to Southern Elsewhere, but that was the extent of his revelations. I suppose he wants to tell us in person. Prudent, if frustrating. After all, one should never commit certain details to paper.
You said Nathalar is acting strangely. How exactly?
Paces, he grumbles. He refuses to speak except in riddles. And he's only gotten worse since Tharn's letter arrived and my own mood soured. We both know something terrible gathers strength in the wilderness. We just don't know what it is.
The bearded one speaks as though I am not perched within striking distance and can hear every syllable he utters. I might find his hubris amusing in a different light, but the light that remains fades as darkness comes.
Darkness? Sai said you were speaking in riddles.
A riddle to those hindered by limited perspectives. A profound truth to one such as I. Something ancient and powerful assaults my senses, but the path ahead is unclear. I sense a darkness. Perhaps an absence of light. It sets my scales on edge.
Is your feeling related to the letter Sai Sahar received?
My feeling is my own. It grew from a tickle behind my broken horn when the fool of a battle mage opened the halls of Colossus. Now it swirls like a black storm around me. Quite unpleasant. Perhaps the new arrivals can shed clarity on what is to come.
New arrivals?
A portal? Here? See what you could make of it.
Tarn, how do you stand it? My head pounds like an orc drum.
You get used to it. And that was your best one yet.
Abner Tharn. You arrogant, vexatious son of a bleary-eyed...
Save your posturing, Sai. I missed you too, but we have a bigger problem to deal with.
Chimera.
Fiveclaw. My head spins from the effort that took. Cadwell made it look so easy. By the moons, though, my heart sings at the sight of you, my friend.
You opened that portal?
I did. Cadwell acquired power over portals after attuning at the Shadowdance Temple. Tarn suggested I might have the same ability, and he has been helping me. Just between us, He is not the most patient teacher.
Shouldn't you be in Rimmon?
Lord Gareshri has my kingdom well in hand. We continue to clean up the mess left by the usurper queen, and there are still stray dragons to deal with. But Tarn convinced me that I was needed here. Working with a dragon. What an odd sensation.
Oh, Nafala helped us reform the Dragon Guard.
So Tarn has told me. He has been exchanging letters with Sai Sahan for some time. Do not expect me to turn my back on the creature, but I will respect this alliance. Mons, this must be what a mouse feels like in the presence of a purring Alfiq.
Nafala hasn't eaten any of us yet.
I traveled to southern Elsewhere not just to finish this business with the dragons. The Khajiit of Palatine have been on their own for too long. The time has come to welcome them back into the Confederacy.
The Confederacy?
The Elsewhere Confederacy. An alliance between Anequina and Palatine. The various political upheavals and the Nahatan flu have left the Confederacy in shambles. I plan to rectify that. Gareshri insisted I bring an armed escort. He worries so.
Armed escort? Where are they?
Marching down from Rimmon, I suppose. Tarn was in a hurry, so he had me practice my portal making. Zamarak and the others will catch up to us, eventually.
Remind me about our adventures in Anequina.
Five Claw, you just want to hear tales of your exploits. Very well. You and Abner Tarn arrived in northern Elsewhere to help deal with the dragon threat that Tarn unintentionally released upon us. Along the way, we discovered a terrible truth.
What terrible truth?
That Euraxia, the usurper queen, Tarn's half-sister, orchestrated the release of the dragons. We ended her reign, only to learn that the dragons had plans of their own. Calgrontid, leader of the dragons, sought the power hidden in Jode's core.
Right, and we followed them through the Moongate and stopped them?
We killed the dragon Mulamnir and flung Calgrontid into the void, but not before he absorbed the core's power. Then I took back my family's throne and accepted the crown of Anequina. As for Calgrontid, you should talk to Tarn.
Yep. Abs, tell me the story, mate.
I see that my instructions were followed to the letter. The champion of Aquina, Sai Sahan, and the dragon Nafala together in the same place, and I have brought Chimera. We have much to discuss. It concerns Calgrontid.
Calgrontid? We dealt with him at Jode's core.
Calgrontid absorbed a good deal of the core's power before we stopped him. I hoped he was lost in the void after we dislodged him, but like us, he made his way back to Tamriel. I've been hunting for him ever since.
And you found him?
Not just that. I pieced together his ultimate plan. Calgrontid boasted he would become the equal of Akatosh, and your dealings with Ludvalon and the cult of the New Moon suggest they were preparing for an ascension.
And what does that tell us?
Isn't it obvious? Calgrontid plans to become a god. There's an island off the coast, Dragonhold. In the Kunzari legends, it was the dragon's seat of power. I can't open a portal to it, I can't even scry it. It's protected by potent magic.
That's what we saw before. So how do we get to this island?
You faced the cult of the New Moon? The cultists revere Calgrontid. They must have a method for getting to and from the island. I assume their base at the New Moon Fortress holds the answers we seek.
Casca and I saw an altar surrounded by a strange green stone. That's probably where we should start.
Strange green stone. Does that sound like what you're looking for, Tharn?
Indeed. Since I read about it in your reports, I've wanted to examine it. Chimera, can you...
No more portals, Tarn. Not right now. I have duties other than conveying you around, you know.
Oh, very well. Sai, let's talk. we'll meet our friend at the fortress.
What have you got to say about this, Nuffala?
Calgrunteed, a name from the past I hoped never to hear again. Once Latvulan haunted my dreams, but the shadow cast by his master makes the stub of my horn tremble. I hope you and your companions are up to the coming challenge, Mask-Bearer.
I hope so too.
I think I will leave the investigation of the cultist stronghold to you and the sour old men, Five Claw. I want to find out more about the situation in Palatine from your Dragon Guard companions. They are locals, yes?
They are, Chimera. Okay, I'll leave these two to go at it, and let's go. Gotta talk to Casca. So that is what's known as the Dragon Hold. Aha! Where are you? Oh, she's above, that's right. She hasn't moved.
Don't you know that interruptions at nap time cause mange of the fur?
My apologies, Casca. The New Moon Fortress. Remind me what we found there.
You mean other than the cultists that were trying their damnedest to disembowel us? Wait a moment. You're going back there. What in the Two Moons could possibly warrant a return visit to that awful place?
Tharn thinks the Kelters have a way to reach an island off the coast. It may be in the fortress.
Now that you mention it, I did hear a few of those nutters mentioning sending the green stone to an island, and they were certainly sacrificing something on that altar in the amphitheater.
You think there could be a portal in the amphitheater?
I am not a mage. I wouldn't know a portal from a hole in the ground, but that's where they were gathering the green, Aeon stone, I think they called it. If they have a way to move the stone, it must be in the amphitheater. That's where I would look.
Thanks for your advice. Sorry to interrupt your nap.
May the moons protect you on your mission. If you need a helping claw, come find me after my nap.
Have you seen Zaji and Aelia lately?
I heard Aelia say something about meeting with the Queen of Enequina, which I take to be some sort of euphemism. As for the captain, he went to collect his special order, a case of plum brandy, the good stuff. Already storing it away, I'd wager.
Okay. Having a meeting with the Queen of you? Okay, righto. Let's get down there. The adventurous way. Go to the New Moon Fortress. Can do. So we shall return over. Well, it's over this way, isn't it? So probably from this way. Okay. To the New Moon Fortress we go. Alright, I know that was a dragon. Oh, it's such a long way down. He's almost down. Right. Something nasty was on me. Almost died there. You're right. A brief lesser dragon fight there. Let's try and work our way back up. This is New Moon Fortress. Yep, looks like the place.
You need to rest, old man. Don't pretend otherwise.
If you insist.
You guys been running the whole way.
I expected the New Moon cultists to disperse after the death of Lotfulan. I suppose Calgrontiid has other ideas. We need to determine how the cultists reached the Dragon's protected island.
The cultists were stockpiling Aeon Stone in some sort of amphitheater.
And according to Tharn, the cult operates both here and on the island. They must have a way to get from here to there. The stockpile of Aeon Stone and this amphitheater are as good a place to start our search as any.
Casca and I entered over there.
That entrance has most likely been sealed in response to what you and she accomplished here. A structure as ancient as this must have other entrances, though. Let's find one and make our way to the amphitheater.
What about Tharn? He doesn't look too well.
Tharn will be fine. He just needs to catch his breath. Which means I get a few blissful moments without listening to his scathing observations. Now let's move quickly. Calgrontiid must be dealt with before he can complete his ascension.
Any idea where we should look for another entrance?
The fortress is built atop the cliffside, and the river runs along its base. There must be another way into the fortress along the river. I can feel it in my beard.
Oh. What? You can also feel that in your beard.
I'll be fine. Magic just takes more out of me than it used to. Go with Sai and find a way into the fortress. The sooner we learn how the cultists move between here and the island, the sooner we can put an end to Calgrontiid.
Got it. Let's go, Sai.
We need to find another way in. Let's follow the river.
So I thought I was doing that, Sai. What? What is this marker? Oh, hang on a second. We need to get down there. Oh, actually, maybe we don't need to go down there. Let me have a look at this. Why is it sending me? Find a way inside.
Cross here. I have a feeling.
Oh, that ain't it. Maybe over there?
This looks promising.
You found a way inside, and without my help. Good.
Back on your feet, old man? Let me know if you need a litter.
A jest. I find it hard to tell through all that facial hair. Now focus. We'll need your fighting skills inside.
Alright, here we go.
My friend, you're just in time.